Now, every week we talk about a couple different things, giving, receiving, and tithing. Most folks are familiar with giving and receiving being, we just received some spiritual food, and we'd like to exchange energy with you. And that's cool. But at Connections, we also give you something tangible every week. For folks who have been here before, help me out. Some things showing here. What have you received in the receiving basket? Sage. Rocks. Rose quartz. Crystals. CD. Mustard seeds. Kinesiology stickers. Every week we give you something because we want you to have something tangible to be able to use or put in your pocket or remind you throughout the week to enhance your spiritual journey. We love rocks. We've got them on every corner of our house because of the vibrational frequency that they produce. Now, each rock has a different thing. So, when you think about whatever you were just thinking about that you wanted to do different, change in your life, and we talked about your spirit guides and God and people who have crossed and critters and all kind of stuff wanting to help you, rocks and crystals do too. They have their own unique energy. So this box has an assortment of different rocks and crystals in it. If you're working on something, if you want to change something that's myself, I want to start with a me change. More happy, whatever. This little yellow one, citrine. Grab that one when it comes around. If it's emotional stuff that you want to change, I want to be happy, not sad. Rose quartz. If it's a business thing or you want some more money in your world, this little one, little green color, adventuring, is a money magnet. If it's health, it's not even on here, but if it's health, bloodstone, really good for health and healing. Anyway, we're going to pass this around, and as we do, we're going to play a little song. So right now, don't think about putting anything in this basket. This is not about you giving to us, this is about us in another way giving to you. So focus only on what you want and another tool to help you get there. Play the music part. So, this is a new little tithing song that a buddy of mine is a music director for a Unity church. I said, what's that good tithing song? He said, Magic Pennies. He said, all right, we'll try it. So if you want to sing along, cool. If you want to focus on a rock, that's cool too.
You give it away, give it away, give it away. Love is something if you give it away, you end up having more. It's just like a magic penny, hold it tight and you won't have any. Lend it, spend it and you'll have so many, they'll roll all over the floor. Love is something if you give it away, give it away, give it away. Love is something if you give it away, you end up having more. It's just like a magic penny, hold it tight and you won't have any. Lend it, spend it and you'll have so many,
They roll all over the floor.
You scared it, Mary.
love is something if you give.
Now also, we practice what we preach. We don't just tell you stuff, we do stuff. We give you rocks because we love rocks. And we know that as we give them away, we're going to have even more. That's how we got a whole shelf full of them, was by giving away rocks. And having more rocks show up in their place. Now I want to tell you a little story real quick. Just because it really ties into this whole feeling of give it away, and you'll end up having more. Mary and I used to have an alternative therapies clinic in South Dakota where we lived, and we gave away a lot of rocks, and we sold a lot of rocks, and we whatever. Anyway, I started having dreams about a stone called lapis. And I just was being more and more drawn to this stone called lapis. And I didn't even know why. I didn't know anything about lapis. I hadn't really ever seen a piece that I knew of. Now, you can see from our little collection over there that we've got some little bitty rocks, we've got some great big rocks. And maybe it's just a me thing, I don't know, but I really kind of just get amazed when the rocks are bigger. That's just my deal. And so I wound up on, and I found a piece of lapis that was 3.5 pounds, which is a huge chunk of lapis. Lapis is mined in a little place called Afghanistan. Only place on the planet. They've got records dating back 2,500 years of continuously mining this one mine of lapis. Needless to say, 2,500 years is a long time to be pulling blue rocks out of the ground. And most of what they're bringing up are little bitty rocks. And so when I found this 3.5 pound piece of lapis, I started thinking, that's pretty cool, I think I want that. And so I let the feller know who had it, I wanted it. And there was a museum that also let a feller know that they wanted it. And the museum had deeper pockets than I did. And I watched the lapis go away to a museum. That might have been the end of the story for some folks. For me, I thought that I must have an even bigger piece of lapis that's supposed to be mine. Or a different quality, or a different energy, or a different story that can be used to teach and to educate, to help, and to whatever. And so I just said, okay guys, if that one wasn't mine, I'm not going to get hurt about it. Whoever mine is, if you could bring it, that'd be cool. And I didn't think about it. It wasn't I reaffirmed it every day, and I just put it out there and kind of let it go. And anyway, I was on a little mini tour, about 5 states and about 8, 9 cities. And I just got home from that, and I was just, oh gosh, I'm home, and me, I don't have a big schedule right now, this is great, my own bed, whatever. And I was really had a day planned of being completely slothful, just lazy, because I wanted to. and my guides, I kept hearing this little, hey dude, you need to go to Perkins. Now Perkins is an okay restaurant, but it's not traditionally one of my favorites. You need to go to Perkins, soon. All right, well you can't do what I do and not listen to the guidance that you get without feeling really stupid. So I put on some clothes and I went to Perkins. And many of you know I smoke, so I was outside out front of Perkins having a smoke, just going, what am I doing here? I'm not even hungry. And there's a serviceman, U.S. serviceman in this fatigues, out there having a smoke too. And so we started yapping. I'm like, hey man, how you doing? Yeah, you too? Good, all right. And the guy looks at me, not knowing that I'm me, not knowing psychic, not knowing nothing. I'm just a guy having a smoke. He says, dude, you're probably going to think I'm nuts, but I got to tell you something. I was like, yeah, what's up, man? We're just killing time. He said, I've never been to South Dakota before in my life. He said, I was serving over in Afghanistan. And on one of my days off, that I planned for some nice R&R, I could not fight the compulsion to come over to this place where there was this mine. And I ended up buying these rocks. And a couple weeks ago, my tour was over, and so I went back home to Dallas, Texas, where I live. I've not been able to have a good night's sleep in 10 days since I've been home in Dallas, Texas. Every time I close my eyes, I hear a little voice in the back of my head that says, you need to go to Rapid City, South Dakota. I live in Dallas, Texas. I've been on this tour in Afghanistan for this long. I really didn't want to come, but I really do like to sleep. So at some point I gave in. And I'm here, and the reason I'm telling you this is because I think I'm here to meet you. In fact, I think I'm here to give you something. And I said, well, right on. And he said, I got this blue rock that I think I'm supposed to give you. Wow. Now lapis is a blue rock. So anyway, wow. I said, dude, I think that's way cool, but, and I'd love to accept your gift, but I believe everything should be an exchange of energy. I'd like to write you a check for whatever you've paid for the rock, whatever your gas to get up here and back, hotel, whatever. Because lapis is, depending on the grade and quality, is about $1,200 per pound. Now I had no idea what size, big or small, what quality, good or bad, this man had. I just knew that if Spirit sent me this man, I didn't want it to come out of his pocket to help me. And he said, man, that would so be great to help out with some gas and whatever. And he shot a price at me and I wrote him a check. And we walked over to his truck and he reached into his rucksack. And he pulled out an 8.5 pound a piece of lapis.
Twice the size of the one you passed.
Twice the size, yeah.
Oh gosh.
Retail on this at $1,200 a pound times 8.5 pounds. Wow. Now, I was trying to, and for probably 8 months, this thing lived with me. Was on my bedstand, was in my aura, every time, everywhere, whatever. And I started doing some research, and anybody here heard of a guy called Edgar Casey?
Yes.
He's a pretty smart guy, good guy. Did like 12,000 in-trance readings. The only thing he ever had redacted from his dictator's notes is when he talked about lapis. The only thing he ever had taken out. And the only parts he left in about lapis was that it was the key to the technology of the Atlantean civilization, and the mastery of this stone allowed you to reach through the veil and pull out what you wanted. And he said the reason he redacted what else came to him through channel was because it also led to the downfall of the Atlantean civilization by the misuse of this little stone. It looks to me almost like the night sky with the stars and all these things. And I was meditating and asked my guides, how do I get, I'm trying to unlock this and make this better and do this in a more powerful way, because I like to bring my A game whenever I'm able to be of service to somebody. And so I'm always looking for ways to do what I do better, be more impactful. And my guide said, oh, his dog will show him that. His dog will show him this. His dog will show him. And I'm thinking, have you met my dog? I got a little English bulldog. He's a cute guy, but he's not taught me much as far as spiritual. And then I looked up at this dog. The snout, top of the head, the ear, the jowl. And I went, wow, that was really a divine appointment. I don't know how many little rocks I gave away, and I'm not saying that it was contingent upon me giving away to receive, but I did negotiate with the universe, which did require me to give something, which I did, and I do, and we do every week. But also it opens the doors for receiving in ways that you may not have even imagined possible. Now, with Mary and I personally, our personal thing is we tithe 10% of what we make into wherever we're getting spiritually fed. We do that because it allows things to be done in a bigger way. Keeps doors open, buys camcorders, does stuff. But in addition to that, Connections, also being a reflection of us and all of us, tithes 10% of everything that comes into the dot box in the back of the room. Now, we do have some new folks, so I'm going to talk a little bit about the dot box. If you know somebody who needs help, we may not know that they need help. Let us know that they need help and how to get a hold of them. It's a prayer request box. We'll certainly put prayers, energy, healing, whatever we can to helping their goals get met. But in some cases, the needs are a little more immediate. We've had things in there like, my neighbor has no gas to get to work. My neighbor has no groceries for their children. We take 10% of everything that comes in, we put it in that dot box, and we go buy the groceries. And we deliver it to their house. With a little white card, all it says is, I'm listening and I love you, God. That's it. And as a community, we have already been a part of some miracles. Kind of a scaled down version of that show that had me dummified yesterday for 3 hours was getting to show up on a house with groceries, or with a gas card, or with cat food, or with something that somebody needed. Our goal with bringing this online, with bringing this to the country and better to the world, is to increase the spiritual family so that there are so many of us that it becomes like that TV show that 500 of us show up and say, you need some help? Cool, we'll do it. And then we look at each other and go, you need some help? Let's do that. And you need some help? Cool. And we all grow as we do, and the miracles happen even more quickly. So that being said, if you would like to exchange energy with us, we would sure appreciate it. And so we just ask that you take whatever your tithe is, whatever your donation is, and just put it in your hand. And money is just energy. So let's play with the energy. Let's amplify it. Last week we said like love bugs. Let's hope whatever is in your hand, help it multiply.